And all over India, many cities. How many cities? 100 cities from around India. So we will little bit Hindi and a little bit in English, both. सही है ना? आज बहुत 73 देशों से लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, अभी सत्संग में भाग ले रहे हैं. तो इसलिए अभी हम थोड़ी देर हिंदी में, और 100 से ज़्यादा शहर से, देश भर से लोग आज हम अपना सत्संग में भाग ले रहे हैं. तो हम क्या करेंगे, अभी थोड़ी देर हिंदी में बोलेंगे, फिर थोड़ी देर अंग्रेजी में. ठीक है ना?
What about French?
That Francois will translate. Je n'ai pas parlé français. Compris un peu.
Gurudev, you often tell us that the whole universe is made up of one wave. You mean all that we experience and express is just a wave? What exactly is this wave function?
You know, you better ask this question to a scientist. A nuclear scientist, quantum scientist. He'll explain you better. But the whole universe is just one wave function. Everything is waves. Electricity is waves, sound is wave, light is waves, isn't it? All that we perceive is waves. Our sensation, feel in the body, they are waves. Next.
Renuka from Mumbai is asking, how well does being religious help me in my spiritual quest? How do I ensure that my daughter grows as a good girl devoted to God?
Honesty in our character, purity in our heart, clarity in our mind, and spontaneity in action. This is what religiosity is supposed to bring, should bring. If you think you are religious and your heart is not pure, I tell you, you are not religious. If you think you are religious and your mind is filled with worries, I tell you, you are not religious. And if you have doubts, fears, then there is something missing, that faith is missing. So, being religious means being righteous and preserving a tradition, prayers, doing your prayers, celebrations, all this is essential. But more essential than that is the spiritual upliftment. Yeah, next.
Andrew from the US is asking, my life goes like a stock market, reaches the peak and then falls to a zero. How do I bring stability? Is it possible to make this graph stable, or death is the only cure?
No. First of all, don't think your life is all stock market. The mind goes up and down, and just look back and notice so many times you reached a point where you think this is the end of life, that the heaven has fallen on your head. But there was an unseen hand that pulled you out of every crisis. You always received help whenever you have been in crisis. Turn back and see, and you will see in your life this is the fact, that you are always helped. And know in the future also you will get such help from some unknown hand, unseen hand, and that is divinity. Right? And when you know there is a power that is watching on me, a power that is going to take me along, it's never going to let me down, then you never will say my life is stock market. It's a very solid foundation to life. Huh?
Guruji, why is it important in the spiritual path to be in control of the five senses?
Not just in spiritual path. If you don't have control over your tongue, what you just blabber whatever comes to your mind, you're going to be in trouble. Right? Huh. Similarly, if you can't speak whatever you want. Right? I mean, though you have freedom of speech, you cannot abuse people. You cannot abuse us. Say, it is my right, I can abuse anybody. No. You are going to face the consequence of it. Similarly, if you eat too much, if you don't listen to your body, you are going to bear the consequences. Right? Oh. It's a miracle, nothing happened to you. Yeah, good.
Gurudev, what should be done about sorrow? They say letting go and being dispassionate gives you happiness. Does being dispassionate make you lame or a pessimist person?
No. Dispassion is like breathing out. Passion is like breathing in. We need three things in life. Passion. You have to have passion. And if you have only passion, you will get into depression sooner or later. Because not all your passion comes to fructification immediately. It takes its own time. So, dispassion gives you that gives you that much needed room for passion to exist. So, passion is like breathing in, dispassion is like breathing out, and both are essential. You can't say, I can only breathe in, I won't breathe out. Then you will die. You can't say, I only breathe out, I can't breathe in. It's not possible. So, dispassion is part of life. If you don't have dispassion, if you are feverish about anything, you will lose sleep also. You can't even sleep. Some degree of dispassion allows you to sleep well. If you don't have that, you will get insomnia. This is inbuilt in our nature. Passion and dispassion. Somewhere you have to let go. And that letting go is what is dispassion. Yeah.
Sirija is asking.
And in between these, we need compassion. Got it? Passion, dispassion, and compassion. Yeah.
Sirija is asking, so far I have come across two kinds of people, Guruji. First type, so gracious and cheerful all the time. They even render moral support. But what life has given them is consistent failure and repeated embarrassment. And the second type of people, no matter how much they embarrass and hurt others, they try to push down others and climb over, but they are still living gloriously on top with all riches and beauty. Unfairness.
Why God is unfair? My dear, people who do wrong things, they have to fall. And if they just fall from a short height, they won't get hurt. It's not the right punishment. They go all the way up so that they can fall well. You have seen this happening, haven't you? Is it not happening? All these corrupt people went so high and then all the way down they get into the place where they had to count the bars. Got it? So, have faith that truth will always trump. Triumph.
We're asking, dear Guruji, you always say that there are 5 types of question seekers. Sometimes in corporate life, if you don't ask questions in a meeting, you are perceived as not so attentive or expressive. Silent over there is not construed as wisdom.
Absolutely not. In TV channels and corporate meetings, you should keep talking something out. Whether it makes sense or not is secondary. In the Nyaya Shastra, it is said there are 8 types of Nyaya. Vada, Vivada, Jalpa, Vithanda, Hetva Bhasa. These are the, these are the different types of arguments. This is one of the main philosophy of Nyaya Shastra. How Vada, Vivada, Vitanda Vada is all called Jalpa. Very interesting. It's nothing new. From ancient time, they have tried all this. See, so keep talking, but be aware what you are talking. That's it. Got it? You don't have to be silent. And simply blabbering is also no point. And if you speak what is to the point and when it is needed, you will be more appreciated. Got it?
Guruji, what is the way to let out the steam in the society, especially when people don't want to let out the steam either?
No, they do want to. You think they don't. People can't hold on things inside so much too long. They want to, but they don't know how to. That's where they need some help.
Guruji, religion is called the opium of the masses, of the society. Why is there so much violence in the name of religion? What do you think should be the driving force in the society? Religion, ambitions, ethics, money? What?
Humanism. If religion is devoid of humanism, only violence exists in the pretext of religion. If you don't consider people, all the people on the planet as belonging to you, belonging to one God, and if you think they are the others or your enemies, you are bound to fight. Right? In the pretext of religion, this whole problem in the world today is unfortunate. It appears like the fight is between Muslims and Jews, or from Christians and Muslims are Hindus, or Hindus and Christians. These are all that appearance. If you go a little deeper, you'll find people are fighting among Muslims, among Christians, among Hindus there is fight. So, inter-religious fight, intra-religious fights conflicts are all happening around the world. The main reason is not God, is not the prophet, is not the philosophy. The main problem is personal ego. People's ego and small-mindedness, narrow-mindedness. And they use religion as a pretext to come out of all their pent-up anger, frustration, and stress. Because nobody ever taught them how to get rid of stresses and be free and live in the moment and be happy. And to look at everybody with compassion. This teaching or this technique or this technology was perhaps missing. And so a few people, not all the people, I tell you, there are good people in every religion. And there are so many good people who are striving for the betterment of humanity. In all the religion. Buddhism, Christianity, Jainism, in Islam, in Hinduism, everywhere there are good people. Just there are few people who create the conflict. They need help. They need help rather than condemnation. We need to condemn a bad guy, but that is not going to help. We need to bring the transformation of hearts and minds. That is what is the role of spirituality. Spirituality unites people of all religion and make them experience that one truth, one love that we are all made up of.